Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome to a brand new building series that will take place on Mondays and Fridays. It's going to nom up the Friday Cool Creator series just for a little while so I can crank out these videos in time for Christmas. So yes, you guessed it, I am making a winter level. I want this out before the 25th of December. I don't really know when this series is going to end, but it is what it is. We're going to get started with this. We're using an Infinity song. Infinity. I don't know why I keep saying Infinity. Infinite Dungeon 1 and 2. On a 4-second start off set, fade in, yada yada. Sounds nice and wintry as you fade into the level right here. My motive to build right now is mostly Remnants by Arb, which is a mega collab I took a look behind the scenes of recently. I really liked how that was put together. Everything was built in mind of the theme, and I kind of want to apply that to a winter themed level, as I said earlier. I also want to differentiate this level from my others quite a lot, so I'm going to be using more mini gameplay than normal. I've started off the level with some bumpy gameplay with a lot of slopes placed backwards and forwards in that kind of upside down V shape. You'll see right here that you'll die if you just go off the slope regularly. You gotta jump over it, which is a pretty nice fake, I think. I've made some banging gameplay going into the ball section that fits the tempo of the song perfectly. Matches that dun 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 dun. I like it. There's a lot of clicks in the beginning of this ball, but then when the higher note comes in, I've allowed that to loosen up a bit. I've got 16 seconds so far. At the end of this, there's a dash orb, which I plan to change the visual at, so there will be a fade off screen, which means there's going to be no gameplay in that part, but I think it's pretty solid for the most part until then. It just means that all of this is going to be empty until the first piano key comes back, which is about right here. There's just going to be a safe space like this, which is all going to be invisible. I'm going to do that gameplay thing where you have to hold onto the top block, and then on the beat of the song, you have to release instantly, otherwise you're going to fly up into that spike. So on the second beat of this ship section, there is a toggle orb, which I'm going to make toggle group 2, which are these blocks I've selected now. Just need to edit the special and change that to 2. So you're coming out of the ball, you hit the dash orb, you go through the cube portal, you get stopped, it cuts back in here, and then you have to go through the flying part, boom, and then you fly through there. Awesome. I'm going to play from 0 to check if it's balanced all round. It seems to be, but I just need to check in normal mode. There are a couple of orbs you're going to have some know-how with. There's a couple of timings with slopes and stuff, but other than that, I think this level is pretty solid, like an easy medium demon. I don't think it really strays very far away from that either end. Then there's this slow ship part. Nice. I think this gap might be a little bit too tight, but I haven't actually died to it yet. I think it kind of adds intensity to the part, if you know what I mean. This is getting scrapped. I don't like it. So after I made this toggle section in the ship, I had the idea to kind of make this a caved section, which is why the structures are all like really separated and stuff, because I want to have ground spikes like these covering up this part. I kind of want to tie them into the ending right here. I want the beginning of this level to be open, bright, free, with good vibes, you know, like a breath of fresh air from the rest of the level. This ball part gets a little bit more intense, and then the level takes a slightly more dark turn at this part, even though the song stays the same. I just really like how this part breaks up the song. I feel like it's a good opportunity to introduce a change to the level. God damn, I need to nerf that pink orb. There's a tinsy-wincy UFO portal here, which requires an instant jump. I kind of made the gameplay more complex going into the second cube. I need to remember to use slopes, because a lot of this part is made just using bricks. I don't want to stray too far away from the goal I had earlier on to use as many slopes as possible. It's happening, by the way. This is finally getting nerfed. I'm going to move it half a block to the right, like so. Another influence for this level I've got to thank is Nejfu. Their level past has really inspired me to make some more innovative and creative gameplay. You probably realized I'm using a song by the same artist with a similar sound, and I'm planning to make the visuals kind of similar too in terms of color and glow and stuff. And yeah, also this level is made in a very short time span. I'm going to be making this in 2 or 3 weeks overall, which is kind of similar to Nejfu's goals with his recent levels. And also Arb's level that I mentioned earlier called Remnants, go and check that out for sure. I have a feeling this wave might be a little bit too difficult. I tried including some steeper slopes instead of just using the 45-degree angle blocks. I just wanted to vary my structures a little bit, but honestly I think it's worked out pretty nicely. Better than I expected for sure. Alright, sweet. We've got a decent transition out of the wave. It's always difficult to execute those since it's so easy to skip as the wave. You can just go straight down like that and avoid the portal completely. So now we just need our measures to stop that. So I'm going to build a pillar like this. And I'm just going to alpha this to 1 so it's invisible. Let me just see with speed hacks how easy it is to get through. Yeah, you can definitely get through there. You can definitely get through there. And that leaves me with a dilemma because I don't know what else to block off to make it possible to skip. I meant impossible, obviously. So I need to test. If you put a toggle orb here, I'm just going to make it toggle off 3, which is just going to be an orb over here. Something really obvious. Can you just hold it in the portal and the toggle will work? Yes. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to put a spike right here on group 3. And if you hit that toggle orb, the spike disappears. Boom! I've done it. I'm a genius. I'm also going to set this toggle orb to invisible. Hey, and then we've got the intense ending right here. Well, it would normally be the ending if this was a 1 minute long level. This is in fact a 1 minute 20 long level, so there's another part to be made after this. That's awesome sync. I love that. I'm bringing back the bumpiness as well. If you don't flip here, you hit the slope. So when you hit the block, you gotta immediately flip and then flip back. This is a rare moment. It's a big moment right here. Me putting in this spider section. I barely ever use spider sections in my levels. I just don't think it provides the same kind of opportunities to flow and link together gameplay properly. But I think I've done it pretty well here with the nice transition in. That little slope gimmick, and then the transition out, which looks very visually appealing with that portal being centered perfectly in between those slopes. It's beautiful. Nice. Okay, I wasn't sure if that blue orb and blue pad thing would work. I had to use a J block for that, otherwise you would very easily be able to jump and still hit the spikes anyway, even if you hit the blue orb. Basically, the J block stops you from jumping again if you're still holding from an orb input when you hit a block. I want to have a 3x speed wave at the drop of the level, but I'm not a fan of the game mode borders that it's given me. I'm going to select the portal, check it, and then move it down to the space I want. These are the borders that I want. I'm going to put it on group 4. Then I'm going to put a move trigger further back that moves it up 2 blocks just to where it should be on 0 move time. So now when I play, there's a long space where I can fall. I really want to make use of that repetitive kick in the background, and I think this is the perfect way to do it. Some of the other gameplay has been complex, and I kind of want to make a difference here, make the drop really noticeable with some simple yet synced gameplay. I'm really scared to see how the UFO after this wave is going to play. It's a bit linear, but it gets the point across. Hey, that's awesome. I actually like that for some reason. Alright, so I have fixed a couple of things at the drop. First things first, I fixed the UFO transition so you jump into the part now. I figured it was killing the sync when you didn't jump, so I changed it so you jump but it's always consistent. And then there's this cube part, which is very basic, and then there's this wave part that syncs very nice. All you gotta do is hold there. I'm testing out this toggle orb right now. It's on group ID 5. This is also on group ID 5. So hopefully, if it works just by holding, this block will disappear. Yes, okay. Alright, so in this holding section, there is a toggle orb in the last green portal, which is set to toggle group 5. Which is just a massive wall next to this portal. So if I decided to cheat this, I would die, but if I'm holding the portal and I do it properly, boom, you get past. Boom, 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 boom. And it ends right there. That is the end of the layout. At a whopping 900 objects and a 1 minute and 21 second length, this is my brand new demon layout. As I said in the intro, building videos will go up on Mondays and Fridays running up to Christmas. I'll drop the level a couple of days before then, so keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, that's it. All I gotta do is showcase the layout, then I'll lead on to the outro. boom. There it is. Thank you for watching this Geometry Dash building video. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.